On today's video, we are going to talk about the importance of having two truths coexisting at the same time. Why? Listen, I've been doing lives on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and a lot of feedback that I get from you guys is, can you record the content you're teaching us here on your YouTube so that we can go back and listen to, take notes? Because, on the lives, ni kusonga to kisonga. And I was like, okay, well and good. I'm going to do that. Sometimes when we are looking to becoming better versions of ourselves, sometimes we might struggle as we are on that journey. Sometimes we might get tired. Sometimes we might get frustrated. Sometimes we might feel like we're giving up or even give up for a few days, a few weeks, and some people a few months, and some people a few years before they get back on track. And this is okay. It's part of the process. I tell people it's always about progressing in your transformation journey. It's not about perfection. None of us is perfect, right? So understanding this gives you ammunition to navigate some of these low moments that you get to experience in your life. Assuming you want to stop doing drugs, let's say, and you choose to quit from today, right? So from today, you choose, I'm not going to use. You do it 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. This is from personal experience, by the way. By month 3, you're back to square one. You gave in and gave into the cravings, and you ended up using what you said you've stopped using. So for some people, they're going to get stuck. They will not be able to overcome this hurdle, right? But for some people, this will be a glitch. They'll feel bad about it. They'll feel sad about it. But then again, they're going to continue progressing towards their initial goal. So learning how to allow two truths. Yes, I am working on quitting completely. And yes, today I ended up doing what I said I'm not going to do. Those are two truths which can coexist in your life, and it is okay. You don't need to feel like, oh, it's not perfect, so I need to give up. I'll never get it. You keep on going until you get it right eventually, until you overcome that hurdle, right? Assuming you want to become a better communicator in terms of maybe in your relationship, you want to be able to become a better boyfriend or husband, or you want to become a better girlfriend or wife. If you want to learn these things, as you start, you might feel like you're going nowhere. You might feel like, oh my, I always default back to my old ways, right? And for some people, they get stuck in this rat hole and they choose to remain there. They're like, you know what, acha nikae venye niko, because at the end of the day, it does not matter. I'm going to be like this. I'm going to stay like this. I'm going to do what I do like this. Kwa sababu in the end, it does not matter. I cannot change. This is how I communicate. This is who I am. All of us, we can relearn things we've learned the wrong way. You try communicating better, it does not work. You try again, it does not work. What I'm going to say is you keep on trying until you get it right. Because all of these things, you have to reset your mind from what you're used to doing to resetting it to what you want to start doing. It takes time. It's always about progression. It's not about perfection. So as you start, do not start with the mindset of, I must be perfect. No, I must progress. That's the goal. I must progress until the end. The other thing is understanding this. You will always have expectations in your life. There could be, spousal expectations, friendship expectations, family expectations, relationship expectations. But at the end of the day, as much as you have expectations, you must also allow another truth to exist. I might not find perfect because they are imperfect people, so they're going to disappoint me. So as much as you have expectations, at the back of your mind, you also need to realize that, yes, you got expectations, but people will be people. They're going to make mistakes. They're not going to do everything exactly the way you want it to be done, and that is okay. So yes, I expect my boyfriend or my girlfriend to be XYZ, to become XYZ, to do things XYZ. But at this particular point, they're not there yet. Are they progressing towards becoming that? Yes, that is progress. Are they perfect? No. Even you are not perfect. I am not perfect. You can have expectations, but then again, as much as you have expectations, also expect to be disappointed and let it be okay, because none of us gets it right the first time. Sometimes we have to keep on doing it, repeating the same thing, to keep on pushing through that hurdle until we get it right. So sometimes, as much as we expect something from other people, we also need to realize there are people and they're also struggling in different areas and different aspects of their lives, and they'll need time to be able to learn and relearn some of the things they already learned in a faulty way. So it's okay. Expectations and disappointments can coexist at the same time. Then there's this other thing. We are trying to do better, but then again, we keep on messing up. And I'll say this, it's okay. I am doing my best, but then again, these are the results I'm getting now, and I'm still messing up here and there, and it is okay. You'll never be perfect. That's why we actually pursue a perfect God. That's why we pursue Jesus Christ, who is the perfect one. Otherwise, we as human beings, we are going to keep on trying, but then again, we'll always mess up in one way or another. It could be in how we do things, it could be in how we think, but at the end of the day, we keep on progressing. It's not about perfection. The other thing is when it comes to your boundaries. Yes, I can set my boundaries with other people, and yes, I can be flexible sometimes with other people. So sometimes you might have boundaries. I don't leave home by 9. But assuming an emergency comes up, a friend of yours needs you, or a family member needs you, or your spouse needs you, then what happens? I don't leave after 9, but now you have to compromise and leave because of the situation at hand. So sometimes you might have your own boundary, but then again, you can be flexible with it if there is need. Because at the end of the day, this life is unpredictable and things do happen. And if you never learn how to be flexible with some of the things you want to do, you'll always live in disappointment. You might have a goal, you might have a vision. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to go. But then again, as you're learning to get there, you're going to make mistakes. And if you're not careful with how you look at the mistakes you're making as part of the learning process, you might end up giving up, right? So there's what you're doing and there's what is happening, and it is okay, they can coexist, but do not lose focus of where you're trying to get to and where you're trying to go. So winding up this video is whereby you get to a place where you understand that healing and personal growth and overcoming your trauma and dealing with the damage you've had to endure and gone through is going to take a lot of work. But then again, with this realization, you also tell yourself, you know what? I know it's going to take a lot of work, but then again, I'm still willing to do it. I know I'm going to struggle sometimes, but then again, I'm still willing to do it. So yes, it is hard, but I'm still going to do it. Yes, I'm going to struggle sometimes, but I'm still going to do it. At the end, they're all striving for progression and not perfection. So learning to do what? Keep on going even when we don't get the results that we want, but we need to believe that you're going to get them eventually. Otherwise, remember to let me know some of the topics you'd want me to talk about and touch on and give my opinion. If it's a question you have, a personal question, also feel free to ask, and I'll be here to answer you using, of course, we're going to bring in the Bible, for wisdom in the word is the most important one. And then I'm going to give you my opinion as we keep on growing and becoming better versions of ourselves. So see you in the next video.